Welcome to the Political Bridge. I'm Ada, your host. Today, we're tackling a hot topic in Washington: whether members of Congress should be allowed to trade individual stocks. This isn't just about politicians' bank accounts. It's about public trust. It's about fairness in our financial markets. And it's about making sure our elected officials serve us, not their portfolios. The debate is complex. On one side, we hear about personal financial freedom. People argue that banning stock trades is an overreach. They say it punishes successful individuals for serving their country. On the other side, there's a strong call for stricter rules. Critics point to potential conflicts of interest. They worry about lawmakers using private information for personal gain. This could erode faith in our government. We'll explore these different views. Nico and Jordan are here to help us bridge this divide. Let's dive in.
Thanks, Ada. A blanket ban on stock trading for Congress is a bad idea. It's an overreaction to a few bad actors. Most lawmakers are honest. They follow the rules. We already have the Stock Act. It requires quick disclosure of trades. This law provides transparency. It lets the public see what's happening. If someone breaks the law, they should be punished. But we shouldn't punish everyone. Lawmakers are citizens too. They should have the same rights as other Americans. This includes managing their own money. We want smart people in Congress. We shouldn't make the job less attractive. A ban would make it harder to recruit talented individuals. It would limit their financial planning. This could push good people away from public service. It also suggests that all politicians are corrupt. That's simply not true. We need to trust our elected officials. We should enforce existing laws, not create new ones that restrict personal freedom.
Nico, I respectfully disagree. The current system isn't working. The Stock Act was a step, but it hasn't stopped the appearance of conflicts, or the actual conflicts. We've seen many reports. Lawmakers have made trades. These trades look suspicious. They happen right before major policy decisions, or after private briefings. This creates a huge problem. It makes people lose faith in Congress. A ban isn't about punishing individuals. It's about protecting the public good. It ensures that lawmakers focus on their duties. They should not worry about their stock portfolios. Imagine a nurse. She works hard. She pays her taxes. Then she sees a politician get rich. This happens because of information they have. That's not fair. It's not right. A ban would restore trust. It would show that public service is about serving others. It's not about making personal wealth. It's a simple, clear rule. It removes temptation. It removes the appearance of impropriety. It's time for this change.
Thank you both for those strong opening statements. Nico, you emphasized the importance of individual freedom and existing laws. Jordan, you highlighted the need for public trust and preventing conflicts of interest. Let's dig a bit deeper. Nico, how do you address the perception that even legal stock trades by members of Congress can erode public trust? Jordan, how do you respond to the argument that a blanket ban might discourage qualified individuals from running for office?
Ada, the perception issue is real. I agree, but we shouldn't let perception dictate policy. We should focus on facts. The vast majority of trades are legitimate. They are not based on insider information. The media often highlights a few bad examples. This creates a false impression. We need better ethics enforcement. We need clearer guidelines for what counts as insider trading. But a total ban is too much. It assumes guilt before innocence. It also ignores the reality of financial planning. Many lawmakers have diverse investments. They might have mutual funds or retirement accounts. A ban could force them to sell these, or it could make them manage their money in less efficient ways. This is a burden. It's an unfair burden. We should educate the public more. We should show them how the Stock Act works. We should not throw out the baby with the bathwater.
Nico, I understand your concern about discouraging good people, but I think it's overstated. Public service is an honor. It's a duty. People run for office to make a difference. They don't run to get rich. There are many ways to manage finances responsibly. They can use blind trusts. They can invest in broad index funds. These options remove the conflict. They still allow for financial growth. Many high-level government officials already use blind trusts. This includes the president. If the president can do it, so can members of Congress. We're talking about a small sacrifice. It's for a much larger gain. That gain is public confidence. It's about ensuring our laws are made for the people. They are not made for personal profit. If someone isn't willing to make that small sacrifice, perhaps they aren't the right person for public office. We need leaders who prioritize the public above all else.
This brings us to our stress test round. Nico, your argument relies heavily on the idea that existing laws like the Stock Act are sufficient if properly enforced. However, reports consistently show that enforcement is weak, penalties are often minor, and the appearance of impropriety continues. How can you genuinely argue that the current system is adequate when it seems to fail at deterring conflicts of interest? Jordan, you suggest that a ban would restore public trust. Yet some argue that a ban could lead to less transparency. Lawmakers might hide assets through family members or other means. How can a ban truly guarantee transparency and prevent hidden conflicts?
Ada, you're right. Enforcement of the Stock Act could be stronger. I won't deny that. But the solution is to strengthen enforcement. It is not to ban all stock trading. We need to give ethics committees more power. We need to impose harsher penalties for violations. If someone uses insider info, they should face serious consequences. They should face fines. They should face jail time. That's how you deter bad behavior. A ban is a blunt instrument. It punishes everyone for the actions of a few. It also creates new problems. It could lead to a black market for information. It could make lawmakers less informed about the economy. They might not understand how policies affect markets. We need informed lawmakers. We need to fix the enforcement. We don't need to throw out the whole system. The problem is not the law itself. It's how it's applied.
Ada, that's a fair challenge. No system is perfect. There's always a risk of people trying to get around rules, but a ban is a much stronger deterrent. It sets a clear ethical standard. It makes it harder to hide things. If a lawmaker's spouse or dependent makes a suspicious trade, that's still a problem. It would still be investigated. The public would still demand answers. The goal is to remove the direct incentive. It's to remove the direct opportunity. A ban makes it harder to claim ignorance. It makes it harder to say, "I didn't know." It simplifies the ethics landscape. It gives ethics committees a clearer line to enforce. It sends a strong message. And that message is, public service comes first. It's not about perfect prevention. It's about significantly reducing the risk. It's about building a culture of trust. It's a big step in the right direction.
Both of you have highlighted the core tension here. Nico, you argue for better enforcement of existing rules. You want to preserve individual liberties. Jordan, you advocate for a clear, strong ban. You want to rebuild public trust. The stress test revealed that both approaches face challenges. Nico, you must address the current enforcement failures. Jordan, you must consider the potential for hidden activities even with a ban. This shows us there are no easy answers. It also shows us the deep divide in how we view the role of government and individual responsibility.
Ada, the key is balance. We need to protect public trust, but we also need to respect individual rights. A total ban goes too far. It treats all lawmakers as potential criminals. That's not fair. We should focus on targeted solutions. We need more resources for ethics oversight. We need faster investigations. We need tougher penalties for actual wrongdoing. If a lawmaker profits from insider information, they should be removed from office. They should face criminal charges. That's how you fix the problem. You don't ban all stock trading. You make the consequences for breaking the law severe. This approach upholds personal freedom. It also ensures accountability. It prevents conflicts of interest. It does so without painting everyone with the same brush. It's a more thoughtful and just way forward.
Nico, I hear your points about individual rights, but public trust is paramount. It's the foundation of our democracy. When people lose faith in Congress, it hurts everyone. A ban on stock trading is a clear, simple way to rebuild that trust. It removes the temptation. It removes the appearance of impropriety. It shows that lawmakers are truly serving the people. They are not serving their own financial interests. This isn't about punishing individuals. It's about setting a high standard for public service. It's about making sure our government works for us. It's not about making a few people rich. It's a necessary step. It's a step toward a more ethical and accountable government. It's what the American people want and deserve. It's time for Congress to put the public first.
Jordan, while a ban might seem like a straightforward solution, it overlooks the practical implications for attracting diverse talent to Congress. Consider the financial literacy argument. If lawmakers are entirely disconnected from individual stock markets, how does that impact their understanding of economic policy? For instance, when debating regulations for the financial sector or considering tax changes that affect capital gains. Furthermore, many proposed bans also extend to spouses and dependent children, which can create significant logistical and privacy issues. Forcing a spouse to divest from their long-held investments or a child to abandon a college savings plan because of a parent's public service seems an excessive burden, potentially narrowing the pool of candidates to only those independently wealthy or without families that engage in typical financial planning. This isn't just about personal freedom, it's about practical governance and equitable representation.
Nico, I appreciate the point about financial literacy, but I believe that argument is a red herring. Understanding economic policy doesn't require personal stock trading. Economists, financial analysts, and policy experts advise Congress daily, providing far more comprehensive and objective insights than any individual lawmaker's portfolio could. Their job is to legislate, not to be day traders. In fact, having a personal stake in the market could bias their judgment on economic policies, leading to decisions that benefit their holdings rather than the broader public. Regarding the impact on attracting diverse talent, I'd argue the opposite. A ban could actually broaden the pool of candidates by removing the perception that public service is a path to personal enrichment. It levels the playing field, making the role more attractive to individuals driven by genuine public service, not financial gain. Many successful professionals, including those from business and finance, already manage their assets through blind trusts or broad index funds when entering public service. This demonstrates it's a manageable and ethical approach that doesn't deter qualified individuals, but rather ensures their focus remains squarely on their constituents.
And that brings us to the end of another insightful discussion. It's clear that finding the right balance between individual financial freedom and public trust is a complex challenge. There are strong arguments on both sides. We appreciate Nico and Jordan for helping us navigate these important issues. You can find more information and resources at tpbridgepod.com. Join us next time for another engaging discussion. Until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep bridging those political divides.